In this video, we'll be exploring how to kill worms in dogs naturally at home. Because I know that some people are hesitant to use conventional medications to kill parasites in their dogs. These parasites typically affect dogs that live outside or spend a lot of time outdoors because they are commonly ingested through contaminated grass or soil. So today we're going to talk about several different natural ways that you can help your dog fight off these unwanted pests. Now, it's also important for you to know how to spot worms in your dog, which we'll be talking about today, as well as some of the common signs and symptoms. And it's also important for you to note that worms can be passed from mother to puppies during pregnancy and nursing. Roundworms are probably the most common type of worm that infects dogs, and they usually live in the small intestine. The eggs are usually passed in the feces and are very difficult to see without a microscope. Hookworms can also be picked up by walking on contaminated soil or by eating infected animals. Roundworms are extremely easy to spot in your dog's stool. They look like long, thin pieces of spaghetti or fishing line. Now, diatomaceous earth is made up of fossils from algae and other aquatic animals. Garlic contains a powerful compound called allicin, which has been shown to be effective against certain types of worms, including roundworms and tapeworms. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, which can help kill off worms. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to your dog's water to help eliminate worms. Yogurt contains live and active cultures, which are beneficial bacteria that can help kill off harmful parasites in your dog's digestive tract. Coconut oil contains a medium-chain fatty acid called monolaurin. Monolaurin has been shown to have antiparasitic properties. It helps kill off certain types of worms, including roundworms and tapeworms. Monolaurin also boosts your dog's immune system, which makes it easier for their body to fight off infections. One of the best things that you can do is to avoid walking your dog in areas where other dogs have been. There are a number of safe and effective deworming medications available from your vet. Make sure that you follow the instructions carefully to avoid any negative side effects. Worms are typically spread through contact with infected feces, so avoiding areas where other dogs relieve themselves is a good way to reduce your dog's risk of becoming infected. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you and your dog stay healthy and happy. You should also pick up your dog's poop as soon as possible after it's done. Worm eggs can survive in the environment for months, so it's important to remove your dog's poop promptly. You can give your dog 1 to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil daily to help kill off any worms that may be living in its digestive tract. Look for a yogurt that contains at least 1 billion colony-forming units or more. Make sure that it's plain yogurt and doesn't contain any added sugar or artificial ingredients. You can give your dog 1 to 2 tablespoons of yogurt daily to help eliminate worms. You can also put a few drops of apple cider vinegar in your dog's food, but make sure to mix it in well so that it doesn't just sit there and burn its mouth. First, make sure that you're giving your dog plenty of fresh water to drink. If you suspect that your dog has a severe worm infestation, then please take them to the vet right away. Your vet will be able to determine the type of worm that's infecting your dog and prescribe the appropriate medication. This will help flush out the worms and their eggs from your dog's system. You should also increase the amount of fiber in your dog's diet. Fiber helps to sweep out parasites from your dog's digestive tract. You can do this by adding pumpkin puree or ground flaxseed to your dog's meals. Pumpkin puree contains something called cucurbita pepo, which has been shown to be effective against roundworms. Ground flaxseed is a good source of insoluble fiber, which helps to eliminate parasites from your dog's system. Allicin is released when the garlic is crushed, so you want to make sure that you chop it up or mash it before giving it to your dog. The easiest way to give your dog garlic is to simply chop up a few cloves and toss them into its food. You can also give your dog garlic oil, but make sure that it's organic and doesn't contain any added ingredients. Give your dog 1/4 to 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic oil daily to help kill off any worms that may be living in its digestive tract. It's a powder that you can sprinkle onto your dog's food, and it works by dehydrating and killing off worms. Diatomaceous earth is also safe for your dog to consume, but make sure that you buy the food-grade variety. You'll want to give your dog 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of diatomaceous earth powder every day. It's best to mix it in with its food to prevent it from sticking to its throat. Roundworm eggs can also be picked up in your yard, and these eggs can survive in the environment for months. Our first remedy is pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best natural remedies for killing off adult worms in your dog. The reason why they're so effective is because they contain a high amount of something called cucurbitacin. Brewer's yeast contains a natural substance called mannan oligosaccharides, which can help kill off worms in your dog's digestive tract. Brewer's yeast is also a good source of B vitamins, which can help boost your dog's immune system. You can give your dog 1 to 2 tablespoons of brewer's yeast daily to help kill off any worms that may be living in its gut. This can be mixed in with its food. This compound has been shown to paralyze and expel adult worms from the body. The easiest way to give your dog pumpkin seeds is to simply toss them into its food. Make sure that you get the raw, unsalted variety and feed your dog 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds per day. If your dog ingests enough eggs, then it will eventually develop into a full-blown roundworm infection. If left untreated, some types of worms can even be fatal. Now, the best way to check for worms is to simply look for them in your dog's stool or poop. Whipworms tend to cause more severe symptoms than roundworms or hookworms. Whipworms are also harder to detect in your dog's stool because they appear as tiny white rice grains. Most worms will be visible to the naked eye and will resemble little squiggly lines or small pieces of thread depending on the type of worm. Tapeworms are flat, segmented worms that can grow up to several feet in length. Tapeworms are usually transmitted to dogs through the ingestion of fleas, and they typically reside in the small intestine. You may notice small moving segments of tapeworms in your dog's stool, or you may see them around its anus. You may also notice little things floating in your dog's urine or stuck to its backside. If you see any of these things in your dog's stool, then chances are pretty good that your pup has worms. Thankfully, there are a number of safe and effective natural treatments available to you that can kill off most intestinal parasites without harming your furry friend. If you notice that your dog has lost appetite and is still losing weight, then this could be another sign of a worm infestation. Other signs include vomiting, diarrhea, an enlarged belly, and blood in the stool. If you notice any of these signs and symptoms in your furry friend, then it's time to do something about it before it's too late. So stay tuned till the end of this video to find out what they are. But first, let's take a look at how you can tell if your dog has worms. You should also keep an eye out for other signs and symptoms like weight loss, especially when your dog is eating more than usual. There are many different types of worms that can infect your dog, such as roundworms, hookworms, and tapeworms. Hookworms often cause blood loss and anemia, so you may notice that your dog looks pale. Whipworms are another type of intestinal parasite that can infect your dog. The last common type of worming that we're going to discuss today are tapeworms. Now that you know how to identify worms in your dog, let's take a look at some of the best ways to kill these parasites naturally at home. Another great remedy for killing off worms in your dog is a food-grade diatomaceous earth. Another great remedy that you can use to kill off worms in your dog is garlic. Another great remedy that you can use to kill off worms in your dog is apple cider vinegar. The next remedy on our list is something that you may not have thought of, and that's brewer's yeast. Another great remedy for killing off worms in your dog is yogurt. The last remedy that we're going to discuss today for killing off worms in your dog is coconut oil. In addition to feeding your dog these natural remedies, there are a few other things that you can do to help eliminate worms from their body. Now, it's important for you to know that some types of worms require more than just natural remedies to eliminate them from your dog's body. There are also some preventative measures that you can take to help protect your dog from getting worms in the first place. I also recommend that you deworm your dog regularly. This is especially important if your dog spends a lot of time outdoors. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family.